Good evening, everybody. Welcome to European Racing League here in PS4 for the British Grand Prix for the F1 tier. Michael, as always, is first out on track, and yeah, back after I think 2 races off. So yeah, hopefully I don't make too many mistakes. But anyway, I'm your commentator Owen White, and with me is Austin.
Hello everyone, we are here at Silverstone, the home of British motor racing, a very seasoned track, a very classic track, and I think, for some drivers at least, I don't think it's for everyone, but for some drivers this is a season favorite to drive on, and so we're gonna have to wait and see how the drivers are doing on this track. It is a challenge, let's say. Does have pretty much every kind of corner. We have Meggetts, Beckett's, and Chapel. The S's, the very fast left right combination. We've got Cops, the bravery corner, as I like to call it, where you really have to stay on the throttle. You can slightly lift, but especially in qualifying, you can take the corner full speed. We've got the first corner, Abbey. Heading into Farm, also very brave to take this one. We've got the slow arena section. Brooklands, Luffield, also rather slow section. Then obviously Stowe, the corner where Michael Schumacher crashed and broke his legs. And then we're heading into the club section, another slow section of the track. Very interesting in total. And I think we can start talking about the strategy early on, because I personally think it's definitely going to be a one-stop. The tires, we've got the soft, the medium, and the hard. The softs in yellow, the mediums in white, and the hards in blue, so very distinguishable from each other. And if you look at the pit entry, it is very long. It is a very long pit entry, and so you lose a lot of time, which makes it all much more desirable to enter the pits as few times as possible. So the one stop is clearly the favorite strategy here. And not just that, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but the tests I've ran, I actually do run some tests before the streams generally to know the track and to see the strategies, is that soft to medium is possible. So the two softest compounds can be used on a strategy here, which makes qualifying really an all guns blazing kind of shootout, instead of do I play it tactically, do I go for the softest compound and hamper my race strategy. No, this is all guns blazing. I am surprised to see some drivers putting on the medium tires. Right now we have, I think, who's that? Ollie. We have Ollie and Leon are the only two drivers on the mediums right now. My only guess is that they're either trying to run an opposite strategy because they feel like they don't have the qualifying pace anyway, or they're just running the medium tire right now to just get some laps in, warm up, heat up a little, and then, as I said before, all guns blazing in the qualifying on the softs.
Well, it is one of them tracks where maybe people will want to do a quick sighter on mediums. That's the way I've seen them on them, and it's really irritating actually that they don't get to see the ice blue tires. I don't know why, they always seem to be my favourite, and there's a car that's went round in a bit of a circle there. Dutch Tricks just went off. But yeah, it's a shame. I like the blue tires, and not only are they getting rid of them next year, but we won't even get to see them today probably. So, but it does, like you say, mean it's an all guns blazing qualifying session, which means it'll actually be, one of the first times we'll see a true quali session on this game. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, even in Monaco, which last year, if you remember, when we didn't have the Hypersofts, was pretty much that everyone went out on the Ultrasofts because the Ultrasofts were the best tire back then for the race and the qualifying. But this year with the Hypersofts, even there we had some kind of strategy going on in the qualifying already. And now Silverstone seems to be the first track this season where that is not the case. And on his... Oh, as Dutch Tricks is into the wall and out of the qualifying session. Wow, that looked like a violent impact.
Well, he'd
Oh
spun out of
my.
turn. He turned out of. He spun, sorry, out of turn 4 already. So I wonder if that was just a result. Maybe he just isn't feeling it on this track. But either way, he's now last on the grid. So that's gonna really affect him. But yeah, out of 4 I was watching someone else, and he just couldn't get it turned in. It was spinning on the entry. It was really weird. But yeah, that's a shame. Already losing one driver. We still have another 19 to watch, so it isn't the end of the world.
Well, and now we've got 2 drivers missing as
Oh,
JB22 has left the session. But, oh, and AOR Flying Finn as well. What is going on here? We've got some
commentators curse right there.
connection issues, it seems, at least for 2 drivers. Not on the, I would assume not on the host, but definitely on 2 drivers now with Flying Finn and JB22. I don't know if they are able to rejoin and or well,
Well,
yeah,
yeah, there's
see, JB22 has joined, so it seems like he will be able to carry on, I would assume, I hope at least.
Well, yeah, it'd be a bit of a shame to lose him this early from the session when you can still get another 2 or 3 runs in. But I'm not sure if it puts you into spectator mode and then puts you in the car for a real thing. We'll need to see. Maybe he'll just be stuck in the pits now.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for that. Meanwhile, it is business as usual. You haven't really missed much the last 2 weeks, Owen. As
Aw,
VJ and Michael is in the lead.
that's a shame.
Lakitu in second though, and well, if we look at all the other times, Lakitu isn't too far off. Well, he isn't too far off. It's just a tenth and a bit.
Yeah,
Um,
around this track, that's pretty close as well because it is one of the longer tracks. So
yeah,
that is
almost 6
promising.
kilometers, 5.891, so almost 5.9 kilometers. And I mean, you can see we only run 26 laps here. Generally, most tracks we are running 30 laps or more. So 26 is a rather low
Yeah,
amount of laps. I mean, just look at the next 2 races. Hockenheim, 34. Hungary, 35. And you know the 26 laps is very, very little. In fact, it's the lowest or the fewest laps we've had so far this season, tied with Azerbaijan. Every other track we've had so far was or is longer. And there's only going to be one track that is longer,
yes.
where we have only 22 laps, which is Spa, obviously, the 7 kilometers of Spa. But Silverstone, one of the longest tracks here, and yet, if you look at the times, only 1:25, which isn't that much.
Yeah, so we're in for a bit of a
So
quick
it is a
race
very
today.
fast track.
That's the
It
issue with
is going to
F1
make
these
for a
days,
quick
though.
race.
Because people, that's the issue. You always say, oh, the goal is to get to 300 kilometers and then call it there. That's why that doesn't work. If you're going to get round there in 1:25, it is a very quick race. So, yeah, that is quite an interesting point there, really. How quick the laps are now around this track.
Yes, we are going to have laps, or we are going to have a race length, that's what I was trying to say, of under 40 minutes.
Yeah.
If there is no safety car, you know, and we have other races. I'm just thinking about Monaco right now, where we or Singapore. Singapore always a very, very
yeah.
long race, but we usually have 50 minutes.
You know, Singapore, you'll
So-
be breaking almost into the 1 hour bracket if you get a safety car in here. You'll be lucky to get to 40.
Yes.
So it is a
I'm
little bit
looking at-
flawed, but
Yeah.
anyway,
I'm
there's
looking
Michael.
at Alice Killer and Slimbo right now as Michael improves, but only a couple of hundredths of a second. And there's a bit of a train going on. Wait, there's a Haas going slow. That's Cliffy on Hanger Straight.
Has Cliffy always been in a
he
house?
was-
Or have I just missed
He
that?
was he's always.
Has he?
Oh, that's a good question. No, he's a reserve driver, so he always switches and fills in for whoever isn't here.
Marquez there went up to P3, just 2/10 off the pace. And TR Button in the chat, he says he keeps getting kicked, but he does say you can get back in your car if you DC and come back, so useful. Although he can't get
That
back, so it's a bit of a... Well, he is here at the minute. I'm going to assume that's him, but I wouldn't hold my breath.
we'll have to wait and see. Um, but yeah, let's see who else do we have here in the. Who else is running some laps right now? Marquez is going slow. Matt is. Did he just come across the line of P4?
Yes, he did. I think
Wow.
Tom Killer's on a lap as well. Just coming into the last sector now. He's a bit wide. That might invalidate. We'll have to see. But he's only got one little bend to do now towards the start-finish straight. And when the tyres get worn, actually, on this track, this last turn can become a nightmare as he goes P5. Michael...
Oh, and Kalik spins off. Sorry. Kalik spins off out of turn 2 into turn 3. And he does not hit the wall. He's just driving backwards. I don't know what he's doing right now. Kalik, you gotta explain that one to us.
He's reversing round the track. He's doing a different track guide.
Yeah, he wants. I don't know. He wants to complete the lap backwards or something.
Well, the point I was trying to make.
Don't ask me.
The point I was trying to make was that during the race, when your tires get really worn, that last corner is going to become a bit of a nightmare, and that's why there's DRS now, so people can point on that. Another thing to note, Michael, he's done. He's had enough of the session. He is sitting there on that 125.8, so we'll see if that is enough, because there's still one, possibly two more laps than everybody else. So a bit of a risky tactic, but we'll see if it works out for Michael and if he can start on pole.
Yeah, I mean, it is dangerous. Lakitu only a tenth behind. If he can find a tenth and a half, a bit more, if he finds 2/10, he's got pole position.
Exactly.
Marquez, same thing, 2.5 tenths, he's getting pole position. So there is some danger behind Michael. It is not this otherworldly lap that we have seen from him in the past. This is a modest lap. It's a good banker time, especially for him. But for him, this is nothing more than a banker time.
Exactly.
And for him to be out now already, oh, this could get spicy. And if he is down in second, third, fourth place on the grid, imagine.
Exactly. Yeah.
And maybe he gets tangled up or something. You know, we've had that happen before. I mean, there's a reason he got fourth in Bahrain. There's a reason he got second in China.
Yeah, because I remember that China race. I'm still surprised he managed to get back with the second. So maybe he got taken out basically on lap one. He was still to get back. So maybe he doesn't mind if he doesn't get the pole. Maybe he thinks that pole isn't the best place to be. I mean, we saw in the real life race that it was the worst place to be. But obviously.
Yeah, turn one can be very tricky. P2 might actually be better here.
It gives you the better run.
It does give you the better run indeed.
But then again, he isn't actually in P2 yet, and he could end up third, which is even worse. So
he could end up fifth for all we know.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at Tom Keller, 26.2. That's just not even 4.5 tenths off.
Look at the gap from
first to
12th, 7 tenths. Michael could be in for a bit of a shock here. But we'll see. Last runs are being started now.
Well, it's 8 tenths to Shadow in 12th. It's 8 tenths.
Yeah, but drama. Anyway, yeah.
I was just saying it's not 7, it's 8 tenths, but but yeah, there's a lot of shakeup possible right here, right now, and everyone's leaving the pits now. I think, or at least some drivers are. I think that's a bit early. You would want to time it with, as Leon puts himself in 4th place with another 26.2. Yeah, they're getting there. They are getting there.
We could see a lot of track evolution at this last lap because people are going to be really out in track. Marquez hasn't come out, so he's going to be very late on here. He might get the best of the track. Look out for him then, as he goes for pole.
Don't forget the track evolution is a thing here, and the grip only gets better and better. And even Cesar Leon, although his tires are worn now, he is gonna try one more run on these. It seems he was waving on the arena straight.
0 ERS.
And yeah,
at the minute,
ERS on 0 obviously, but
I would say.
But he could go into the pits as well with ERS on 0. But no, he's waving on the tires and he wants to keep them warm.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he might well go for another one, but that could look at what's behind him. If he goes too slowly, he might end up in a bad place for this lap. So
Yeah, but right now is the moment where everyone should be out. Marquez is still staying. Oh no, Marquez is coming out right now. That might actually. Oh, that's gonna be tough.
he'll be okay, but it
Marquez
will be
now.
tight. Look at Jay in the background here as well. He's also doing a lap through sector 1 now. I don't know if he's going to catch any of the traffic as people wave about. But he's, I think, going to be the first one to finish his last run. So we'll focus on him, who's currently in P10 now. Who else improved there? Was it Ollie, I think, improved up to P7. Pushing Kalek down a little bit as well. But, I mean, look at the gaps. They're so close together. So
As CTG Ollie retires from the session, I don't know what he's done, but maybe he thinks it's enough. Maybe he's made a mistake.
well, no,
Unfortunately, we can't.
he just
I
set the
wish
lap,
there was a
so
replay option.
he just set the lap, so I guess he couldn't have went for another one. So
Yeah.
both Ferraris are done for the day. It's down to everyone else to see where they can go. And Jay into the last turn now. Let's see where he can go then. He's currently in P10. How far will he go? Up to P7 then. So not a massive jump, but only a couple of tenths gained, and he's moved 3 places. So it says a lot about how close these gaps are at the moment.
Yes, and again, this is a rather long track, one of the longest on the calendar, almost 6 kilometers long. For the cars to be that close to each other is absolutely amazing to see. And as AOR Flying Finn retires from the session. But we still have Cliffy, Alice Killer, and JB22 who are out on laps. Well,
Lakitu on a lap as
yet,
well.
but
Look who's going to come up against here, Lakitu. Is this going to slow him down? Is this going to cost him pole? I don't know. He might get a bit of a system backed off them. He didn't get there. He didn't improve. Didn't improve. And Marquez has just started his lap now. Let's have a look at Leon, who did a lap, didn't improve.
Alice Killer puts himself in 4th position.
And then
Tom Killer pushes him down.
Kalek
Beautiful.
on a lap. Kalek up on his lap so far. Zach just behind. Simbo Dude. He's coming round now to the last couple of turns. 7 tenths off pole. Let's see if he can get up there a little bit higher.
Yeah. Marquez is already 2 tenths down in the first sector on Michael and his provisional pole time, we have to say. Because this is not over yet, but already lost 2 tenths. Let's see what the second sector brings. He's coming through Maggots, Beckett's, and Chapel.
Kalek's on a good lap at the minute. He's coming through Stowe now, so he's about to finish. We'll catch up with Marquez at the end. But yeah, only a couple of tenths will put Kalek right up this field now. So let's see. Final turn. He's conserved ERS quite well. He's done a pretty decent lap to this point, and it's P4. So we find some pace eventually, and yeah, let's see Marquez.
And Marquez has lost nothing in the second sector. Almost the identical time. He comes through the final, and he goes pole! Wow, he must have had a stellar final sector.
Good stuff.
Remember, he lost 2 tenths in the first. He didn't gain anything. He didn't lose anything, but he also didn't gain anything in the second sector. He must have had an amazing final sector here. Through Stowe and the club section. Unbelievable. Or maybe it was the speed on the hangar straight. He had a better exit maybe out of Chapel. But what a lap that was from Marquez. Let's see the final sector. 23.4. Michael had a 23.5 on that one. So... Oh, and he did gain a 10th in the middle sector. 0.035 seconds. It wasn't a 10th, but... My goodness, what a lap time. He just beats him. That's 16 thousandths of a second. That is incredible.
Right, back in 1 second. Need to get a drink. I'm absolutely dying.
What a lap time here by VSR Marquez. Unbelievable. And I'm very sorry that I got a little bit loud there, but I did not see that one coming. So VSR Marquez is going to start from pole position. And he has not won a race. His best result, he only participated in 5 races so far this season. His best result second in Spain behind Michael. Quite fitting. In Australia, he got 10 points, so that is 5th place. Other than that, once outside the points and 2 DNFs, so it wasn't really the best season so far for him. Maybe today is going to be the day for VSL Marquez. Maybe he can be the 5th race winner of this season, other than VGI and Michael, who won 6 out of the 9 races so far. T1000 Zach, who won his home Grand Prix in France. Puffrise, who won in Bahrain, and Alper, who won in China.
Hello. Pepsi Max at the ready. Good stuff. Ready to actually not dry my throat out in this race.
You know what, for me, everything is stuck right now.
Yes, this is a little bit discouraging, isn't it? What is wrong? But Kalek thinks it's froze in the chat. 26 people here to watch this. Yes, Cody's. Yeah, I think. Delayed start by 10 minutes. Delayed start by 10 minutes. Something's gone badly wrong here.
Well, that's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah. I guess we have to wait for some new invites then.
It seems so.
Can we even pause? We can't even pause. This is a pro.
Yep.
I can't leave the lobby.
Well, you can't leave the lobby by closing the application and then restarting.
Yeah, but that'll end the stream as well. So I'm gonna have to sit here and look at this for a while until we get a new invite, because I am not in the mood for ending the stream at the minute. Especially when we got 28 people here waiting to see the start. Which 29 now, oh, Jesus.
Now, is the question that I have is there a way to set a custom grid order?
Yes, they'll be able to get the grid order right. I just a few of the comments in here as well. We've got Jake or Shadow, who's let's just call it quits and I win. So yeah, I guess we still have to give Shadow the win.
Well, I mean, after qualifying 14th, I don't know if he deserves the win.
Migrating host now constantly spams the
Everyone's oh my god,
as usual.
5 times.
We've got we've got F1 and YTK with the usual eyes emoji. That's interesting.
Yeah, I think he's lurking.
Yeah. Lakitu just with a simple lol, and Warlock said a new lobby is being made. And yeah, we just sort of have to wait. 32 people, it just keeps getting worse.
I just have 2 words for everyone watching right now. Oh, whoa.
I was left. Okay, who was it Cliffy then? Was it Cliffy who was breaking it?
I mean,
Cliffy.
Almost.
Cliffy.
It seems so. It seems
Cliffy,
so. But
no,
everyone has left. Ollie
Cliffy,
has left.
it's over
Alec
for you.
has left. What are we watching right now? Yeet has left.
Well, Marquez is saying an easy Grand Prix victory.
Shadow has left.
They're all off to Narnia. Massive crush.
Leon has
incident.
left. Marquez has just binded. And Lakito has left the session. Yeah, I think everyone's gone.
Well, I mean,
I think
at least that means I can leave the session now and not have to leave.
What is going on right now?
Let's just wait for a new lobby. There it is, new lobby. Let's just forget this ever happened.
I didn't get an invite yet, but I'm still waiting. But I should get one soon. Oh, there it is. There we go.
Yes.
I have not seen this. But if I could just say if anyone needs the grid order, I do have it. Yes. I do have a screenshot of it. So if anyone needs it, just I can put it in I can send it via Twitter DM if anyone wants to. I mean, Michael is the host, so he would be the one to receive that, I would assume.
Yes, I assume so. We've got Kalek with a simple WTF with the classic laughing emoji in there. Basically sums it all up, really. I don't know who must have, no offense to him, but I think that must have been Cliffy, because I don't want to assume, but he left the session just as soon as it all started to kick off. So Yeah.
No, no, no. But I think what happened is that Cliffy was the first one to leave it, and it just showed his name much later when it was basically like when
Uh,
the how do you say that when it was unclogged,
I
and his
don't
name
know.
was just the first to show up.
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
gonna put it in the Twitter DM group. Um,
Yes.
there's the quality order for Michael if he needs it.
Hmm. F1YTK looking for some more FOM stuff. Can I get some of the FOM stuff? I need FOM just so we can use it on streams and not get copyrighted. Haha. Forget all the classic Cody's music. Just take all your music. It'd be much easier.
My goodness. But yeah, what I wanted to say earlier, I just have two words for everyone watching. Esports ready.
Oh well, conveniently the esports went really well, didn't it? Yeah, not one issue. Oh wait.
Yeah, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Everyone who
Funny
says
that.
otherwise is lying.
Funny. That's convenient, isn't it?
My goodness.
Well, the good
Anyway,
news
we
is
are
we
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 are
will.
waiting. Well, we do have. Hold on, we do have all 20 drivers
Yes,
in right now,
so
so I
we can
don't know
go.
what's going on while we're
Well,
waiting.
waiting for the custom grid to be set because obviously that isn't done instantly, is it?
Oh, you have to do that in here. Okay,
Yeah.
I did not know that. See,
Hmm.
I've never hosted these races, so I don't know how that
Yeah.
works technically. But okay,
Well, I mean,
good to know.
people, there is a real positive to this. Of course, we were complaining in qualifying that the race is going to be really short. So at least we get all that extra time back through Cody's glitches because we're
Yes.
saving plenty of time here that would have been wasted on no stream. So, you know, every collide has a silver lining. Just this one isn't very good, but still.
And the other thing that needs to be prepared also. Oh, good question here from Bill. Before I go into what I was trying to say, good question here from Bill. Does everyone get free choice of tire now? Yes,
No.
but that yes.
Yes, but you're not going to be allowed to. I'm sure the top 10 will have to go on their tires anyway. Because that'd be a bit of,
I don't
that'd be a bit
think I don't
cheating,
think
wouldn't
the
it?
top 10 care too much because as we said before, soft to medium is a viable strategy.
Yeah, but
So
medium to soft is so much more useful, isn't it?
is it
Yeah.
medium to soft might be a good shout if you're just at the end of the top 10, like 8th, ninth, 10th place. Other than that, I don't think it's going to be smart if you're VGIA Michael, you're starting on the mediums. That makes you, or VSM Marquez as well. If you're starting on the mediums, that makes you vulnerable to all the soft runners behind you who want to overtake you. So if you're in the lead, if you're up front, I would keep the tires definitely. Whether I must or not, I would keep the softs. It would be place 8 to 10 where I would be thinking right now. You know, someone like Leon, Zach. Those two were P8 and P9. XJ in P10. Those were the three guys where I was thinking, maybe I can put on the mediums, but no, I assume that if you put on the wrong tire, you are going to get some kind of penalty, if not outright being disqualified.
Yeah. Anyway, I think the grid should be nearly ready now, and, well, hopefully we can
Yeah,
get
but
this race underway.
what I was trying to say, another thing that Michael now has to set correctly is the weather, because we see it right now on the screen that says weather custom.
That means he's set it
Before
up.
it was basically random, if you will, and he had to set it to custom now to match what the weather would have been, what it showed on the radar in the previous session, which
Ah,
according to some that I hear, was from sunny to cloudy. So
yes.
no rain, which I'm pretty sure Lakitu and Leon are very, very sad about. Sorry, Lakitu and Shadow are very, very sad about that there's not going to be rain because these two have been in the group chat saying that if it rains, they're just gonna let the AI run because it might be faster.
See, actually,
That's how much that's how
Shadow.
much confidence they had in their rain driving abilities on this track, at least.
You see,
So,
Shadow in the chat now wants to put on. He's gonna put on the hards just to make me happy now. The ice blue tire. You better put them on now. You can't just say it in the chat and not put them on. So
but
get them ice blue
Owen,
tires on.
Owen, does it make you happy though?
They're like very nice looking tires, yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I mean, if
And
he puts on the hearts to make you happy and it doesn't make you happy, that would be a waste, wouldn't it?
yeah, hi, I'm gonna ruin my race just so that you have a smile on your face seeing the best tire in F1 that's gonna be
Oh,
removed
he
next
will
year.
not put the hards on, by the way. He will not put the hards on.
Yeah.
He says he has no traction whatsoever on those. So,
It's an issue actually. We haven't
sorry,
mentioned that.
Owen.
We haven't mentioned that
You're
because
gonna have.
mediums alone are horrendous on this game, so I can't imagine how horrible hards are. But yeah, still, people can dream, okay?
I mean, if that's what your dreams about, man, I have nothing to say.
Yeah. Right, take two. Let's hope it doesn't go completely wrong
Don't no
this
no no
time.
no! Don't say it! Don't say it! Don't say it! Commentators curse! Don't say it! Okay,
Oops.
please.
Um.
If you say it, it's gonna happen. Just shush for once, please. If you say it, it's gonna happen. We're the commentators. We need to be. We need to just be silent about this. Nothing happened. Nothing's gonna happen. Everything's gonna be fine. We're all gonna be good. Okay?
Well, you've now said it, so you've said it now.
It takes a long time for some of the drivers to load, by the way. But Cliffy is the last one,
Oh, hold on. They all probably get a
and
brand new. They all probably get to put their
there
setups
we
on
go.
properly, don't they? They may actually be able to make some proper setup changes here, so this might still actually affect people. Didn't think about that one. Setup changes.
Yes, there
They
is
do
no
get
Park
that.
Ferme now.
Yes. And Michael taking turn one about as well as everyone here. He doesn't want him to win the championship. He's expecting him to do in turn one on the real start. But he probably
All
won't do
right.
that.
I
No one's
think.
on the
Hold on.
hearts. Oh, no one's on the hearts.
Tier button says casually put in the wrong position. I think
Well,
everyone's in the right position. Let me just see. Leon, Zach, XJ, Ollie, Slimbo, Heat, Shadow, Alper, Technique, Flying Fin, Cliffy. Nope, everything's right. Everyone's in the correct position. Michael did a great job there. I don't know what tier button's going on about.
he maybe
Um,
just doesn't want to be in the back row.
that could be it.
If he looks at
But
the
let's go
buses,
through the let's go through the grid before the drivers reach the grid. So
he's
VSR
left
Marquez
again.
is gonna start the pole from pole position. Behind him, the championship leader, the championship dominator, in fact, VGIA Michael in second. The Mercedes AMG of SOR Lakitu in third place. The Haas of Matt in P4. Kalik in this blue, silver, and red Toro Rosso in P5. Tom Killer in the Williams P6. Alice Killer in the Pink Panther Force India, now Racing Point, by the way, P7. CSR Leon in the second Mercedes P8. T1000 Zach, Red Bull P9. TTG XJ Williams 10. TTG Oli in the second Ferrari P11. Slimbo Dude in the Sauber P12. AZR Yeet in the Renault 13th. ILR Shadow, the other Renault, P14. Alper in the Sauber P15, disqualified on the formation lap. But that doesn't mean anything
Naughty.
because it's just for the formation lap. He's going to start the race on P15. Technique Gaming 16, AOR Flying Fin P17, Cliffy 18, JB22 19, and Dutch Tricks. The two McLarens in 19 and 20. Well, they have it all to do, don't they?
They do, and Button's already said he had to leave, so we're already losing him. And I'm very happy to report that Yeet has found his way onto the grid this time once again. No one wants to forget Canada. That was hilarious when he started halfway around the circuit. It hasn't happened again, and the lights are on here in Britain. Let's see how they get on. as they get away. Decent start from Marquez. Looks to have got away well, but Michael's got away so much better. As we said earlier, he's into the lead because he had the better starting position into turn 1. Can Marquez come back? There's a bit of contact at the back, and down the inside he will try it. And there looks to be stuff going on in the background.
Alper.
Oh,
Alper got turned around.
Dive it again. Michael into the lead again. Or is he? No, Marquez got him. So down the back straight they go. Look at the defence. Look at that. How aggressive they're all being. And Marquez got the inside line.
In the back, there was an incident. There was an incident between Alper and Technique Gaming. They collided, and now Technique also spun off. So the second incident already for Technique. He's down to last. Alper now second last.
There's a crash there on the way up to Cops, I thought there.
Oh, and Kalik flies off and is out of the session, out of the race. Oh my goodness, that was a violent impact in Cops' corner.
These two having a fantastic fight. Marquez and Michael, this whole first lap have been going for it for the lead, and it looks like Michael's got it at the minute. But on the exit, still Marquez almost into the back. Gets down the inside again, and the whole lap these two have been side by side. Marquez somehow manages to hold on to it, and on the end of lap 1 it is the lead of the race then for Marquez. Jeez, what a lap. There's been so much to look at, and they're still side by side. Oh, the Williams is going to go round. He's been hit again, I think by his teammate possibly. Yes, as Jay went off, he's hitting the Force India as well. That's a spin. Both of the Williams having contact, and there's many front wings flying in turn 3 at the moment. And they're still hitting each other. Jay is off to Narnia and out of the race. Well, at least he would have hoped so, but he couldn't crash out, and he's now out of the race. And it's all going on, and they're going for it again. Need to get up the leaderboard because it looks like Marquez is still defending. Lakichi as well. Contact on the exit. They need to be careful. They do not want another China-style incident, because you've got Lakichi right there in the background, and I'm starting to get flashbacks of what did happen, because the top three all came together when they all went for the move at the same time. And Michael into Mags and Beckett's can't make a move now, but he can certainly set one up. As we ride on board, Marquez is doing a good job defending, but now he's going to have to defend 2 cars down here as he gets onto the grass. He's going to have a lot less speed down here. No DRS as of yet, it's only lap 2. And he's defending the inside line very aggressively, is Marquez. And right on the outside, there's almost contact again. But Michael is now going to get the inside line for the last chicane. It just doesn't stop, does it? And they're still side by side. They will not stop. And on the exit, it looks like it's going to be Lakichi now, getting past Michael. He goes off the track. And now the 2 Mercedes are here. And they're going to start fighting each other side by side into turn 1. Here on lap 3, Leon, the fastest man on the track at the minute, and Marquez has been off the track. Marquez off the track, and there's Michael back up the inside, into the lead once again. 2 Mercedes having contact twice there into turn 4, and still on the exit into turn 5 as well. DRS is now enabled, and on board with Leon. You're going to see everything that's going on down here. DRS and his teammate, he's going to look up the inside. Michael starts to pull away in the lead, and Leon challenging his teammate, and Lakichi's contact again between the 2 Mercedes teammates, and there's only now getting into this 3-car fight for P3 side by side as they head all down to Cops. And oh man, what are they gonna do next? I can't believe what I've just seen on that lap.
Yes, and I just want to reiterate what happened to Kalik earlier in lap 1 in Cops' corner. Apparently from what I've seen,
Marquez off again. Marquez off again, and he's going to fall down.
What's going on here?
He's going to fall down the grid again. Did he have a go at Michael? I don't think he was close enough. He may have just made a mistake, but no, they're going to be running.
It was
nearly 3 abreast.
It was just a mistake, yeah.
Down the inside, tries Leon as Lakichi's made a great gain from all this. Up into P2, Leon down the inside into the last chicane, cannot make that work for now. Ollie still in the back of all that. On to lap 4.
Very stressful first 3 laps here, but yeah, again, what I wanted to say.
Leon!
Nah, let's just wait.
Leon right the outside. Can he take that last podium space off Marquez? He can. but on the exit, he's going to go back for it. More contact. This Mercedes is attracted to the other cars. He cannot stop hitting them. And now Ollie is going to go down the inside. Can he get the two of them? I don't think he's quite close enough to get Leon, but he's certainly close enough to try on Marquez. He's going to come back, goes off the track to try and get some grip, and gets by, hitting the side of the Ferrari, letting his teammate go past now, up into P5. Flying Finn is now into the back of this as well, and Ollie, look at this up towards Cops. He looks on the inside, but just doesn't have the overspeed. And Zach actually goes off the track. I don't think Ollie's going to have a chance at the minute. And you've got about 10 seconds to say what you're going to say, because he's going to start going off on it again.
Yeah, most likely. What I wanted to say is now is the winner of the start, I would say, is definitely our Flying Finn. He started in 17th, and look where he is right now. P7, and he's got his sights set on more.
Oh, Ollie had a look down the inside there. It's good to point out that Ollie is on the mediums. We were saying that medium to soft could be quite handy. He's in this fight for P5 at the minute, and he certainly is in a very good position for later on in the race as Yeet gets ahead of Cliffy. And fingers crossed they don't make any more mistakes into turn one, and they don't end up having a huge incident or anything going wrong. But yeah, what a chaotic start. I haven't seen a race start that chaotic since the China race, where the top three all came together. If anything, this is much more dramatic.
Yes, but this is, I would say, this is due to the nature of this track, as AOR Flying Finn now attempt to pass on TTG Ollie. He goes down the inside, and he doesn't have the job done yet. Tries to hold it around the outside, but it might be a bit much. Gets squeezed out on the exit. He's still side by side, but now he needs to hold his horses and tuck back into the back of TTG Ollie. Wow. That is a very, very
track in the background.
good start.
Yeet was looking very close. Tom Killer out of the race, down to 17 drivers now on the grid, and my God,
and I think
look at
Flying
this.
Finn, Flying Finn is going to attempt.
Two Red Bulls
at Ollie.
Two Red Bulls going for it. Zach ahead, and into the last chicane. He stays ahead, and looks like Alper is getting past Shadow as well. He's back down the inside. Into the last chicane, nothing gonna happen between them two there for the moment. Further up ahead, you've got Yeet still on the back of Alice Killer with the DRS starting to turn 1. He'll carry the momentum all the way up till turn 3, and there's a Flying Finn down the inside. He's not gonna get that one done there for now, but Ollie's gonna have a very compromised line with DRS coming up in a moment.
Cut back.
Yeah, DRS should be an easy move. Here we go. We may not even need the DRS.
No, DRS for both of them. DRS for both of them. Ollie got DRS off of VSR Marquez ahead of him, but it's not going to be possible here for Flying Finn, as Ollie brakes very late and covers the move off. Ooh, the Flying Finn with a bit of oversteer out of the corner here, but
look at the overspeed. He might go for it into Cops if he's brave enough.
No,
not close enough.
He's not going to try that. Cops is, with these cars, Cops, especially with the fuel load that they have right now, Cops Corner is not an overtaking spot. Let me be very clear about that. It is not an overtaking spot.
Oh, both onto the grass a little bit on the exit, and once again, another very good run for Flying Finn. Defending to the inside, he's doing everything he needs to do right now, Ollie, to keep ahead. And Flying Finn is going to try run the outside, but he's going to be taken off onto the grass. Never going to work, really. And nothing on the outside. Yeet then has got past Alice Killer as well. He'll be trying to close on these two soon. And
look at how much Ollie compromises his line through almost every corner. He goes to fence, and now the attempt into turn 1. Whoa!
It's all contact a little bit on the exit, but they're still going for it. Still side by side on the inside, just like the last lap. Ollie's going to keep it in there. He's not going to go on the inside. He's going to finally concede that position. And finally, Flying Finn can go at the Red Bulls then.
Yes, so they were and Ollie just picked up a 3-second penalty on the back of this right at the end, just as the fight was done. Picks up that penalty. That is unfortunate. But yes, AOR Flying Finn now from P17 on the grid. to P6 in the matter of 6.5 laps. 11 positions. That is absolutely amazing. What a drive from AR Flying Finn right here. As he just picks up a 3-second penalty in Cobb's corner, his third track extension or corner cut.
Here comes Cliffy.
Therefore, another or a 3-second time penalty for him. It is gonna. I think it's ultimately gonna come down to the amount of penalties for every driver to see who. Maybe not who wins this, looking at how Michael is, well, kind of driving away, but who comes second, third, fourth, who positions where.
Pitting.
It's going to be another highly dependent race on penalties.
Exactly, and we're seeing Alice Killer as well to the pit there. He was being a bit swarmed, and just want to give a quick shout out to the very nice people called Matt, called Dutch Tricks, and well, called Slimbo Dude as well, although it's not quite showing it on the screen. They are on the lovely blue hard tires. Good lads. Good stuff.
And Slimbo. You forgot Slimbo, dude.
Nah, yeah, I did say, but he's look, it shows whites on my screen. So, yeah, he's on the blues, but you can't actually see them. But anyway, yeah, blue tires looking fine on them F1 cars today.
Why do you have such an obsession with the blue tires? I don't understand that.
Because you only see them once the entire season, then they're gonna bin them. It's a joke. They're very nice looking tires. Make them the ultra softs or something. Get to see them more often. Anyway,
oh my goodness,
looks like the fight for P4 is going to get a bit interesting soon, isn't it? You've got Flying Finn, as I said, starting to catch up on the two Red Bulls, and they're all going to start to close up on each other. Kalik wants driver of the day. He's last. He's out. No.
Yeah, I mean, Kalik, I think you got to complete the first lap to get driver of the day, at the very least.
Red Bull right on the outside. Marquez had so much more speed than his teammate. That was brilliant. And he's up then into P4 once again.
As Flying Finn already comes into the pits, that is interesting. He must have burned through this set of soft compound tires very quickly, which kind of maybe explains how he made up 11 positions in 8 laps.
Probably.
But that is an early pit stop. However, what tire is he going to go on? The mediums. And he's being held up now by Yeet, who's also pitting. That is unfortunate.
I don't think he'll lose that much.
Yeet basically... it was a second or two. And that might be a position or two on the track. So...
Oh,
that might be the undercut now not working anymore because he got held up by Yeet, basically got yeeted by Yeet for a second or two.
If the two Rebels keep fighting like they are at the moment, then he's gonna gain that time back because okay, I didn't see the overtake, but I mean Zach still had to fight to get past, and it probably lost him about half a second at least. So
yeah, you always have to remember, as a driver, you are driving 2 races at the same time. One, you are driving against the other drivers on track. 2, you are racing against time. You want to be the one with the shortest, or with the fewest, or the lowest amount of time to the finish line.
Wow, that was something else. Zach with a Kimi Räikkönen style fake out there for the pit lane. Marquez, oh man, that was tight. That was so tight. Zach went right to the pit entry, then left, and Marquez had to cut across the grass to pit. That was very clever from Zach.
I don't know if that was clever, because remember, these two are teammates. I'm just saying that. I'm just putting that out there. They are teammates. I've seen that before from or between two drivers from different teams. Yeah, that's a smart move. But faking out your teammate, I'm not so sure about that one, personally. I think those two are going to have a word after the race.
And look at Flying Finn. Look at Flying Finn. He's going to have such a run round the outside. And as we come back to see about that pit stop, which lost him time, will it cost him the position? We'll have to wait and see. He's ahead for the minute.
He needed to make the move here and now, and he did, and that was good. Now he has the DRS. And Marquez does not, because at the detection point he was still behind Marquez, then overtook him. Very, very smart move from Flying Finn here. and makes it easier for him to defend. He had to put the move on now because both of these
Look at
drivers
him
are
pull
not going to
away.
come into the pits. But Marquez tires, for one, they are 1 lap fresher, which means he's going to have a slight speed advantage the rest of the race. 2, they're also a bit colder because he just came out of the pits, and so that was the moment for Flying Finn strategically to just get past him and now get a gap of over a second, so it's not that easy for him to close up anymore. As now all the drivers come into the pits. Zach is in, Leon is in, Michael is in, Lakitu already was in last lap. So all the front runners are in. Everyone who was on the softs is now going on to the mediums and taking these to the end of the race.
Let's see where Lakiti ends up then. Michael is there. He's still in PT ahead of his teammate. What about Flying Finn and Zach? Can he get both the Red Bulls? Yes, he can. And that's how powerful the undercut is around this track. He's got both of them. And, yeah, that little fake out managed to keep Zach ahead of his teammate, so he'll be happy about that.
But I'm gonna say this.
Hold on, this is for third. This is Flying Finn going for third.
Yeah.
Here against Leon. Didn't even consider that one, but that is a really
Provisional
powerful undercut,
third.
isn't it?
Provisional third, that is, because Ollie, Cliffy, Alper, and Shadow still have to come into the pits because they're on the mediums. However, I'm not so sure that is for. I mean, it is for provisional third, but don't forget the top 4 are gonna put on the softs.
Red Bulls swapping places then.
Yeah, the top 4 are gonna put on the softs, which means they are going to be a hell of a lot faster than everyone else's. Cliffy is coming into the pits now? That is early.
That's a strategy
Is he going on to the
disaster.
hards?
Please. I'll give you a driver of the day.
Oh, no.
I'll give you a driver.
No,
I'll give you a driver
no.
of the day.
No,
Yes! Driver of the day! Driver of the day! Driver of the season!
Hold on, Owen. Driver of the day is still a joint decision by the 2 of us, okay?
Whatever.
I don't approve of this.
But look at them. They're nice tires. They fit the hats very well, and they're very rare. And he's gonna jump Alice Killer? No. Still, driver of the day. Doesn't matter. Good man. Terrible strategy, like, but...
anyway, we've still got the top 3.
There's Leon
running
going
on
forward again, round the outside. That'll be some move if he can make it work, and you know what? He has made it work. I don't think Flying Finn's gonna... He's not gonna get round. Not gonna get round. So that's a good move then, to get back up into provisional third. But here we go, Cops. It probably is an overtaking spot now. Less fuel. Here they go, side by side. He'll go for the exit. He'll go for the exit into Maggots and Beckett. This is not over yet.
No.
And he's gonna back off here as well. But
he lifts off, and rightfully so.
He so wants to go for the
there
move.
are certain corners where you cannot overtake. Cops is one of those, and he was smart to back out of this one, but at the same time compromise Leon's line a little bit. That was a good move to keep him close. And then Maggots, Beckett, and Chapel, definitely not an overtaking spot. This is no.
It's the one place in the track you just don't want to get close, really, isn't it? It just doesn't work out.
It really is, because it does cost you so much time, and as I said, you can't overtake there. So all it does really is just cost you time. Any other place, I think on this track you can overtake almost everywhere except Cops and Maggots, Beckett, and Chapel. Everywhere else, fair game. Just not there.
appears to have a DRS failure. He had DRS and Ollie for the lead, but he just didn't use it. So I think he must have a DRS failure. That might affect him later on. Well, man, he doesn't have a DRS failure. It's Flying Finn, and here he comes once again on Leon. Just not close enough this time around, but he is still ahead of the 2 Red Bulls, who are both closing at equal measures. So we'll see how that one works out later on. Are them tires starting to already lose their grip for Flying Finn?
I would doubt that. They are 4 laps old. No.
Yeah, I mean, you would have expected to pull away from Leon, not get repassed, though.
Well, you have to remember, Flying Finn's tires are older then those of Leon, then those of Marquez, and those of Zach. That doesn't mean that they're losing too much grip, but as slight as the difference is, it can make a difference. And I think we see that right here, but now Flying Finn, look at how much he's closing up on Leon. Holy moly.
Fight for the
But
lead
not
here.
enough for an overtake yet.
Michael sets the fastest lap, but we don't care about him at the minute because Alper.
Well, what else is new? Michael is setting
Alper-
fastest laps in the race. What else is new?
Oh, Alper still doesn't have DRS. He just can't close up on Ollie. This is for a position for later on. They're still in their own race. It's just for a slightly higher position at the moment. It'll be interesting to see where these guys end up coming out in relation to the others in the top 10. Because they're not a million miles away. Don't forget, Ollie was right with the fight with Flying Finn, the two Red Bulls, Leon. So if Alper can get ahead, maybe he can be the man that puts the charge on later on in this race. So this fight is very important for what happens after their pit stops.
Yes, and it's also going to be important in that regard as, remember, these three, Ollie, Alper, and also Shadow behind them, almost 3 seconds behind them, they're going to put on the softs.
Here we go.
They're going to be a lot faster, and in order to gain positions, they're going to have to overtake on track. The good news is...
Oh, Alper pitting! Ah, I don't know if he's going to be able to go on softs.
That's not the good news I was talking about. What I meant was
That's a nightmare, that is.
What I meant was the good news is on this track here at Silverstone, it is very easy to overtake, as we've seen in the first 3 or 4 laps.
Yeah.
Where everyone overtook everyone, really.
Yes.
So
No,
it's going to
can
be
he get
interesting to see
softs
how
at
it
the
plays
end?
out with the softs.
That'll be very interesting to see. Can he go 12
Yes.
laps on a set of softs? Without
Yes,
them
I think he can. When I looked at the strategy, depending on your tire wear, the pit window for the soft to medium was lap 9 to 13. I was surprised to see some drivers come in at lap 8. I looked at it as lap 9 to 13, and for medium to soft, 13 to 17. So you can take these
Flying Finn
soft
again.
tires up to 13 laps.
Flying Finn running the outside. Can he get past Leon this time round? He's gonna have to stick with it this time on the inside, and Leon will get a good exit. Looking for Marquez and Zach as well. And I'll say it again. You can pass it, of course, but it's just not very viable at all. And he's gonna have to sit back now and wait. And this is the issue. You will get so much closer as Flying Finn goes off the track and gets a little penalty. We'll have a look at them at some point as well, just to see how everyone is faring with them. But for the minute, we'll see how Ollie does in the pits, as well as Marquez and Zach on their pursuit. As Zach almost has a bit of an incident there. He had a massive slide. And yeah, let's see how Ollie does in the pits. Will he be able to jump the undercutting Alper?
Yeah, and I can tell you that right now.
Oh, he
or
got
just a
held. He got held by Jake.
Yeah.
So that'll loosen the place, I
Yeah,
think.
and what I was trying to say again.
Sorry.
The unthinkable has happened. VGIA Michael does have a penalty.
Does Lakitu
He does.
have a penalty?
He does have a 3-second penalty. I think the thing is, if Michael gets a penalty,
Marquez! Sorry. Down the inside.
No.
Down the inside, he tries it.
Go
and
ahead.
Alper is ahead of Ollie by a car, by the way, as well. He's got a car between him. And here's Marquez trying to get a car between himself and his teammate down the inside. And he's surely going to get this one done. I can't see Leon getting there. He's went wide, but Marquez has somehow managed to cut the corner. How'd you cut that corner? That's an achievement and a half there. As Alex Killer retires in the session. Don't know what he did, but he's out of the race. And we are down to what? Well, I don't know if technically gaming's a ghost or not. Yeah.
yes, he is. Technique
14.
is a ghost. Yeah,
So we are down to 14 in this race now.
indeed we are. I'm still trying to see where Alice Killer lost it. Basically, where he. Oh, on the start-finish straight. So he went into the pits, it seems, to end his race.
Fair enough. At least he hasn't died on track, but come on, still finish the race. Anyway,
Meanwhile,
lap
I think
17.
CSR Leon is trying to shape up a move here. But I'm very interested to see what Alper and Ollie can do on these soft compound tires now, trying to put the guys ahead of them under pressure. Alper right now 3.8 seconds behind Zach. I think he's gonna come down on that gap, and we might see an overtake in about, I don't know, 4 or 5 laps maybe.
Depends what Leon and Marquez do. Is Leon really goes for it on the inside?
There is no space there.
Oh, he's
Marquez
gonna get a good
left
exit.
no space, and now the switchback.
Oh, almost contact, and they're side by side.
There is contact. There is contact. He drives him off.
Oh, that is some real wheel-to-wheel stuff. I mean, you can't get more wheel-to-wheel than that. And into cops. He's starting inside, desyncing, spinning off Marquez. There was no contact at all. Oh my God!
Oh, and Alper almost hits him.
Jesus, that was. That was close. That was very close. But anyway, no, that looked like a desync.
Good reactions by Alper.
There. That looked very much like a desync incident there. I don't think Leon did anything wrong there. And there's Zach, Marquez's teammate, getting round the Mercedes, round the outside in Stowe, off the track. He can't get that one done off there, surely. He surely has to get that back. He's ahead, but I think Leon...
he just gave it back. He just gave it back.
Yeah, he's done that very cleverly. He's going to get a very good exit and onto the main straight in turn 1. Even though Leon has a DRS, he can keep in the tow. And here, he can make his advantage as he goes for it towards turn 3. Not quite close to Marquez. After that spin, has went to the pit, I think, to retire. Dutch Tricks and Simbo Dude side by side. Round the last turn. That's right around the outside for Dutch Tricks. What a great move that was. To get him up to what's now going to be P12. And looks like Jake's trying to get by Cliffy. Them hard tires are doing Cliffy no favours whatsoever. And his terrible strategy is going to cost him a position here as Shadow. Or Jake, depends who, you know, if you know him or not. Goes down the inside. And he's up into 9th for Cliffy. A little bit of a contact, gets back past. But on the exit, surely you'd expect Jake with the extra grip from them soft tires to just pull away, and he has done. Cliffy, no way he's going to go for it into cops.
He has to lift off here because of his hard tires. He has to lift off to even make the corner. I think the dirty air by IRLR Shadow is working to Shadow's favor and to Cliffy's disfavor, if that's a word. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Never heard that word, but we can make it where we can get it in the dictionary.
Okay, all right. Look, I'm not a native speaker, okay? Please. But yeah, it's not working to Cliffy's favor to have the dirty air now and these tires, and so Shadow says goodbye. It's 7/10 already, and the gap is ever increasing as Shadow is approaching his teammate Yeet in 8th place. Who is on the mediums, on old mediums, 10 laps old mediums, as Shadow is only on 3 laps young softs. Yes. So that's going to be a very mismatched fight, and Shadow should make quick work of his teammate here. If he plays his cards right, obviously. Yeah.
Just looking... it's very interesting to see that in the chat from Bill, and it's right. Why has Alper got 0 lap old softs? He must be a tire-saving genius.
That seems to be a bug on your end. On my end, it says 4 laps old softs.
Let me try and just
so I don't know. Yeah.
No, I can't fix that. Oh well, we're stuck with it.
Okay, I'm gonna keep you up to date on Alper's tire age.
Zach, look at the overspeed down the inside. Wow.
Is it done? It is done. He got it done right at the exit.
Oh, look at Leon, look at Leon, look at Leon.
No,
down the inside again.
No.
Oh, bit of a lock-up. He could have went for it there. He's trying to get onto the main straight. He will get the DRS, but he's had such a big slide. And as I said, when you get worn tires, that turn becomes a bit of a nightmare. And we've seen that happen there.
Look who's got the VIP position to watch that. The guy who's got 0 laps old tires.
Picking up some of my
Alper. And remember, he had like 4 seconds to Marquez, and Marquez was behind Zach and Leon. Now he's down within one
Oh, he
second of the
still
two.
has no DRS though. Oh man.
No, he doesn't. Alper does have DRS.
Doesn't work.
Again, that seems
Doesn't
to be...
work.
He just pressed the button. I saw him do it.
What's wrong with Alper on my game?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
It's.
Oh.
I think it's really just a bug on your end because I see him have 5 laps on his tires. He's in his 6th lap on that set,
I tell you what,
and
those
he does.
Limbo dude are still going for it. Look at this.
Because why not?
Well, having some good fun there. P12. I mean, they're really going for it, aren't they?
But yes, the DRS on Alper's car is open right now. I can see it. So it must be something on your end.
Leon couldn't quite make it work, but he's surely gonna have a go into the last chicane if he fancies it. But he's gonna have to wait behind. But he can't really afford that anymore, can he? If he wants to go for the move, he has to go for it now, basically, or else he's gonna get mugged by the charging Alpro, setting some very consistent lap times at the moment, by the way. So not losing any speed at the minute. And Simbo dude is still trying to get by Dutch Strix, but I'm not gonna look at that because these three are gonna be very entertaining over the next few laps.
At this point, look at Zach, Leon, and Alper. At this point, I would say, if I was Leon, let Alper go and try or hope that Alper drags Leon along past Zach. Because Alper does have the supreme speed because he is on that soft compound tire. And so maybe try to take that and work that to your advantage instead of trying to fight with Alper. Right here, oh boy.
Oh man.
Cops. And the better run for
man.
Alper. He doesn't take the slipstream. Smart move. Because otherwise he's too close. So he deliberately moves out of the slipstream so that he doesn't get the issue of running pretty much into the back of Leon. And now he gets the DRS, he gets the slipstream. But he's too far away now.
Is he? I don't know. He could have a little look if he
No.
wants to. He has the exits surely from some of the corners, but he was very impatient on that last lap. He could have made the DRS move work, but instead he went really wide, so he has to wait another lap to go for it. And it's not that he's got infinite amounts of time here. It's lap 22, so not too long left.
Yep, 5 laps.
And look at that. Look at the run. He's so confident, but he keeps going off the track. He really pushes to get this move done. And he just can't do it. Leon now on the back of Zach again. And if he doesn't have a really bad exit, then he might have a chance. But I think he did get a bad exit. And he's got Alper who's going for it instead. And none of them can really make anything work at the minute.
Yeah, Alper needs to find a way somehow, and the issue for Alper is that Leon does get the DRS from Zach. This is about the worst case scenario you can get if you are on better tires, if you have more speed than the guy ahead of you. The worst thing that can happen is that you run into 2 drivers who are equally matched, almost, and they give, or the front running driver gives the second driver DRS on every straight.
Oh man, look at them both in the grass there. Zach and Leon. And Leon's got a very good run on Zach. Alper not quite as good, and they all close up once again to just under 0.5 of a second between the 3 of them. Oh man, this is so close. But they just aren't making any moves at the minute, and they really are starting to run out of time. Marquez has thrown his PS4 out the window, and
yeah, it's still 4 laps to go. So it's getting tougher and tougher. You have to remember the softs do wear out a bit faster as Leon locks up.
And Alper is just, if he wants to get this done, he needs to be patient. Don't go to the inside here. He actually pauses to make sure he doesn't run into the back. That's an interesting tactic.
Now, that's the one. This is the one here.
And down the inside he goes.
No!
Not happening. Not happening. He's let Leon get the inside line. He's setting up a move for cops, and that's not what you want to be doing. Use a DRS when you
want
have
to get
it.
the move. Yeah, you want to get your move done before cops because no. Is he
You
lifting
don't.
off? He's lifting off,
I
yes.
don't know why I did that. You can't set up a move for cops when you
But
have
no,
DRS.
but you know what I think? I think he sees right now that Zach does have a gap of over a second to Leon. So Leon doesn't get DRS anymore. So hanger straight, here we go. Into the slipstream, firmly tucked in. And look at this, he's flying past Leon. No chance whatsoever for this Mercedes. And Alper says, goodbye, my friend.
They were super close to crashing into each other on that straight. Alper left to the very last second. I was sure they were going to smash into each other. How they didn't, I have no idea. But yeah, Alper.
That was very. I'm looking at it from the TV pod, not from the broadcast, and no, it was very controlled. Alper knew what he was doing the whole time. It might have looked a bit more dramatic on the broadcast, but
I was on TCAM. I was on TCAM. I'm just saying
okay,
that.
no,
I'm just saying that front wing very close to rear left tire. I'm thinking, oh god.
When was the last time you've driven an F1 car, then, man? No, that was very controlled. I tell you that. I've had closer overtakes.
Maybe it's because I keep crashing when I try something like that. Maybe that's my issue.
Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah. Anyway, that gap is down to 0.5 of a second now between Zach and Alper, and
yes, but remember the tire advantage diminishes. I think at this point it's almost completely gone. So if Alper wants to make a move, he needs to make it now, and he has a good run out of Chapel. Not gonna be. Oh, it might be enough. No, he doesn't even try it though. He doesn't even try it, and that
risks a crash.
That
you don't want to risk
surprises me.
You don't want to risk an incident.
Maybe he rather wants to take 5th place in his hand than 4th place on the roof. I don't know.
Well, we'll see. No, only 2 laps to go. He'll get a good run, very good run up towards turn 3. Oh, massive slide for Alper. And that was getting too aggressive on the curb. And Max is in the pit. I wonder if he got a puncture there on them hards. I wonder if the same will happen to Slimbo and Dutch Truck, so I have to see how that one works. By the way, they're very close to each other. They're side by side again. They just don't stop.
Meanwhile, let me tell you about the penalties, okay? VGIA Michael does have 1 3-second penalty. Lakitu does have 2 penalties, so 6 seconds. Flying Finn, oh my goodness, Flying Finn had 1, 2. Oh no, only 2. I mean, he's got a lot of warnings, but most of them for contact, and so these do not give a penalty. So he also has 2 penalties.
Oh my god,
6 seconds.
Oh man, that was so close. Oh dear.
T1000 Zach has 2 penalties. Alper has 1 penalty.
Oh, here he goes.
This might be crucial.
Round the outside into Stowe should be pretty easy. Doesn't even need to go round the outside. He's got the move done.
But it might be a lap too early, as we are in the final lap now. At least VGIA Michael is.
Yeah, Cyril Comer just starts.
Alper is starting his final lap now. And that means a couple more DRS zones here for Zach to maybe get the revenge move done.
Well, we'll see.
But as I said, so Zach has 6 seconds. Alper has 3 seconds. Leon has 2 penalties of 6 seconds as well. Ollie, oh boy. Also 2 penalties, 6 seconds. ILR Shadow, 1 penalty. Everyone has a penalty. My goodness. AZR Yeet. There's 3 penalties, 9 seconds.
Flying Finn's got another penalty. Flying Finn got another penalty, and Alper into the gravel almost there on the exit. I think he did tap into it a little bit. Yellow's in sector 1. Oh no, they've come together, have they? Looks like Simbo Dude's finally spun off. I don't know if that's a puncture, but they're having such a good fight. It's a shame to see it end that way. But no, since Alper's been in the gravel, is he going to have any tire grip left? And will there be a chance? Will he lose that position now of 3rd? Because, I mean, Flying Finn with another penalty.
He's weaving!
Oh my. Very tight. Very tight.
Meanwhile, Meanwhile, VGI Michael comes across the line to win his 7th race in this season.
Yeah. Who
Congratulations to
cares?
VGI Michael. But Alper is gonna stay in 4th. He might get 3rd because of the penalty of Flying Finn. And
He
he
does.
does get 3rd. Alper onto the podium. He gained 12 places this race, from 15 to 3. Flying Finn from 17 to 4. I think at this point we have to give a joint driver of the day to both Alper and Flying Finn. I think that is about the fairest we can do this, the fairest way for us. Alper and Flying Finn, the drivers of the day, but VGI Michael takes the victory in front of SOR Lakitu in 2nd place, who just says in chat he is so happy in all caps. And honestly, rightfully so. That was his best result of the season. He got 3rd place in Canada. Now he's got a 2nd place to improve on that one, and he's gonna catapult himself up to 48 points, moving past Kalek and Medium Pilot in the standings. So Lakitu moving up into 6th place in the Drivers' Championship. But VGI Michael takes the victory, takes the trophy, and takes another 25 points. He is now over 200 points. 205.
Jesus.
The Greek sensation strikes again.
I know you want to give a joint driver today to Alper and Flying Finn, but personally, I think you can only give it to Alper. Because, okay, he finished ahead, first of all. 2nd, he didn't have as many penalties. 3rd, he had the better strategy. And 4th, he had to work in their last laps a lot harder to get there. So personally, I think you should be giving this to Alper.
You're making a compelling argument there. You're making a compelling argument. But yeah, okay. But I don't want to let Flying Finn's overtaking in the first 4 laps from 17 to 6. I don't want to let that go unnoticed. So
we could do a poll on Twitter. We'll do a poll on Twitter, sure, something like that.
Yes.
Get them to sort it
right.
out. Get them to sort it out that way. Because Twitter is just the best way to solve anything, isn't it? But
it really is.
Yeah.
But let me look at the standings now. I'm gonna try to calculate this as quickly as possible. Where's the capture gallery right here? There it is. Because I need to, I just captured the result, and let's calculate. So Michael, 205 points. That is just absolute insanity. No, come on. You gotta give credit where credit is due, okay?
Yeah, but
205 points out of 10 hold on. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 races. That he just there's just 45 points he didn't get, and 25 of those were because he didn't even start in France. That is absolutely amazing.
I mean,
you gotta give him the credit that's just absolutely deserved. Cliffy, interestingly, loses 2nd place in the standings to CSR Leon. Leon got 6th place, therefore 8 points. So Leon is now at 80. Cliffy is at 74, and T1000 Zach is at 77. So the fight for 2nd place, best of the rest, basically. In real F1, the best of the rest is 7th place usually, if no one of the Ferraris, Mercedes, and Red Bulls drops out. Kimi Räikkönen.
Please don't.
I'm sorry I had to.
Please.
But here the best of the rest is 2nd place, really, because Michael is he's just an alien. And so CSR Leon now with 80 points, T1000 Zach at 77, and Cliffy at 74. The P2 to P4 within 6 points, so everything's open there. Then we've got Matt, who didn't gain any points today, is sitting at... Oh no, we've got Lakitu at 48 now in P5. Oh no, sorry. No, Matt in P5 with 50, and then Lakitu in P6 with 48. So only 2 points behind Matt. Kalek at 45. He didn't gain any today after his crash in lap 1 in Cops Corner. Now I'm gonna have to calculate a lot. Oh boy. So Alper moves up to 43, just behind Kalik. This is getting intense. Flying Finn
I've lost all track of what's going
22.
on.
That's not 22. He's just overtaking Jaketex and Bastos. He's not in the top 10 yet. I would assume 14th place. Yeah, he's gonna be 14th place. Who else we got? TTG Ollie. Well, that's his best result of the season, 6 points. Before he only had 2. So he's at 8 points now, but I mean, he's very far down the order as well. And ILR Shadow does get 4 points from his 8th place today. So he's at 33 now, which means he overtakes Medium Pilot and moves up into, what is that now? 8th place. From 9th to 8th, and Medium Pilot drops to P9. Oh, sorry, no. ILR Shadow stays in 9th. Medium Pilot drops to 10th because Alper makes a huge jump. I'm sorry. I messed up a little there, but those are the standings. And Ferrari in the team standings gets another 31 points, which, by the way, is the best result for Ferrari this season, which really is because of Ollie's performance today. His 6 points in 7th place make for the best Ferrari result because Michael, obviously, I mean, he always wins, almost always.
Yes.
For Mercedes, who sits in 2nd place in the team championship, it was a very, very good result as well, with 26 points, 18 from Lakitu, and another 8 from Leon. So they are making sure they are cementing that 2nd place. And Toro Rosso in 3rd is very close with Williams in 4th. And Toro Rosso didn't score any points today. But good for them. Neither did Williams. So they're staying at 97 and 94. But Red Bull might actually be a part of this here. Zach gets 10. Oh, Mark has dropped out. That is unfortunate. But Red Bull does get closer from 17 points behind the Williams now to only 7 points behind the Williams. So it's getting closer there. And 10 points to the Toro Rosso. Who's that? Is that Force? That's Force India with 72. It's very close there, really. Between 3rd in the team standings with 97 points and 9th, McLaren with 59. We're talking, that's 38 points. That's not much.
Yeah, I want to
let me 38 points. Let me put that in perspective. The difference between Ferrari and Mercedes of 1 and 2. I can't believe I'm gonna have to say that. Oh my goodness.
Just say it. Just get it. Just get over it.
87. More than double the difference between 1 and 2 than between 3 and 9. That's just insane. Can we give Michael some kind of, I don't know, additional weight into the car or something?
Last the first challenge for every race.
Yes.
Something.
No, you know what? No, I think that's a bad idea because he still might win that.
Give him a mandatory pit stop on lap 20 on the penultimate lap of every race. See where he ends up.
Ooh, that might be good. Yeah.
Yeah, make him push the whole way. See what he can actually do.
Yeah, but no, if you give him a mandatory pit stop at the penultimate lap, that means he's just gonna take the hardest compound tire and runs it as long as possible. Then he goes on to the subs. It's gonna hamper his strategy a little bit, but not too much.
Mandatory free stop. Intermediate tires for one stint.
That might work. Yeah.
Something.
That might work. And if there's rain, dry tires. But yeah, I think we're gonna have to wrap up this one. We're gonna be back next week for, what is it, the German Grand Prix, isn't it? My home Grand Prix. No race winner last season, obviously, because that race wasn't on the calendar last season. 34 laps, so a much shorter track compared to this one. I think we will have a slightly longer race, but I think that has been it. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week at Hockenheim. I'm Austin Smith. With me, Owen Wyatt. Thank you very much, Owen. It was a pleasure as always. Have a good evening and goodbye.
Yes, goodbye, everybody.